Hey guys, hopefully this is working correctly. So, I've spent some time playing this game, in case you haven't noticed. And I figured out the only way to actually read and understand your stats is to access it from this little thing back here. If you can see where my mouse is, this is the Forge of Heroes or something. But this thing in the main room of the game is basically the only way you can actually check over your stats. And it's got all your other stuff in it too. And this is really odd because this is the only game I know that does this. So, let me finally explain to you what the stats actually are. It worked in rehearsal, I swear. It worked in rehearsal. Darn it, it told you. I got it for a second to actually show up and tell me what all these symbols mean. And a lot of them are very confusing and backwards. Like this, that isn't tower health, that's tower something else. That's not range, that's attack power. And if that's attack power, then what the heck is this? Darn it. It worked before. I got it to work before. I swear I did. But, anyway, this is the inventory. And as you can see, things are of course color-coded like they are in every other RPG. You can decide what you want to pick because, well, there's some of the stats there. Because it'll show you the overall item power, as you can see down there in the little corner that I can't show you because the darn thing doesn't stay when you're trying to compare items. So that is worse than what I'm wearing. That's okay, but I'm not going to use it. That's worse than what I'm wearing, but as you can see, a lot of my stats actually go up if I use that. But the individual stats don't matter. The only thing that really matters in this game is item power, which you can see would go down if I use this. Like I said, a difference in stats, but the only thing that really matters is item power. So, you have basically two sets of stats. You have your character stats with your hero magic and hero attack and whatnot. And then you have your tower defense stats, which is the critical power and the defense power and all the stuff like that there. I wish I could understand, I wish I could explain this to you more, because it's something that you really need to have explained to you in order for you to understand, because they make it so backwards looking. That's all there is to it. It's backwards, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense, you know? See, everything on, as you can see, the stats on this chest here, the Rook's powerful chest, I get more physical defense, I get more tower defense, and I get more tower health. But it's not good for me, because it is one power less than the thing I'm using. And, like I said, all of the individual stats don't really matter. The only thing that the game actually judges you on is the item power. That's more damage and more health, but I would have to sacrifice magical resistance, and my towers would do less damage. And in a game all about the towers, that's not something you really want. Same thing there. This one is, like, way better than what I've got. My damage goes up and my magical resistance goes up. But the game doesn't see it like that. The game thinks because it's only 2 or 3 extra points of power, it's like, meh, you don't really need it. But it's better than what I've got on, so I put that on. And that makes me weird for some reason. And they just throw stuff at you. Like, you get 4 inventories, and as you can see, just one match filled almost all of them for me. There's like really no use in picking up all this crap, because most of it is crap. Oh, by the way, I don't have a timer on, so this is probably going to run farther than 20 minutes. So I'm sorry about that. So I can get the powerful ring or the powerful ring. Technically, I would like this powerful ring more because I use that tornado move a lot. Nah. It really doesn't matter what kind of anything you bring because, you know, it's just, it doesn't matter. All that the game is concerned about is your item power. I wish I had the time to actually go through and read these stats and learned how they're calculated, but apparently in order to actually read all of the information that there is, you have to be in the middle of a match and then go up to these things, the forges. While you're in the middle of a match, walk up to the forges and just go with it. And of course, that's never going to happen. They want me to talk to this pirate, so I'm going to talk to the pirate. Oh, by the way, you are a kid in this game. That shows you, like, the age group of people that they're expecting to play this game. They call you a kid. You are a child. If you've got tokens, blah blah blah. And speaking of not needing gold, hey lady, I don't know if you can tell or not, but I don't need gold either. I mean, seriously, I have been through all of these shops, and I have never found a reason to actually spend money on anything. They give you so much crap. There's no point in actually going and buying anything. I mean, maybe it's because I don't understand the game correctly. Maybe they should put in something where, you know, they explain what the stats actually mean instead of all these misleading symbols. Like the thing that I thought was tower range is actually tower critical hit rate. And the other thing that I thought was tower health is actually tower damage output. Anyway, I guess I'll play one of these lower difficulty matches so that you guys can see some of it. This one looks okay. Hopefully this goes by rather quickly. Some of these matches can be very intense and actually run for a very long time. The Archer class in their steampunk sort of outfit, the game seems to already be on. Might as well just call it ready, because there's no way I'm getting prepared now. So, you have things like this. That's where the bad guys come out. And you have things here. These things marked with the shields, these are the things you have to protect. And here we go. I was a little late to the party. I didn't get any mana. If you don't have any mana, then you can't do anything with your towers. So basically all you can do is shoot stuff. And this is what it looks like. Feel free to pick up all the coins and all the crystals and all the other kinds of loot, because everybody gets their own loot. That is one thing I can absolutely say about this game that I really do like. Is that everybody gets their own items. You're not taking anything from anybody else. They can't even see what you've got. An item will drop in the same place for all 4, even 5 sometimes of the characters, and it'll be a different item for everybody and every class. So, there's the tornado spell I keep telling you about. It keeps them out of trouble for a minute. I get to be Gandalf and tell them they shall not pass. That's entertaining sometimes. It's not that I have a bad a distaste for this game. It's that, you know, I just wish they'd done something else. I wish that they'd made the stats easier to read. I wish that they'd... I don't know how else to put it, you know? So, time for me to put down my towers. Somebody on the team's probably going to yell at me for this, but I'm going to put my slow tower and my fireball tower and a shield. Right there. And they're probably going to get mad at me for that, because look at where all their stuff is. Put one right there, you know, for the heck of it. We don't have anything here. Well, that's just odd. One there. One there. And one there. Well, at least somebody thought about it for a minute. And now the two people have agreed that, yeah, we're pretty much set. The counter is just going to count down, so there's no way for me to stop it. So I'm gonna sit here with all my junk, and I'm just gonna shoot stuff, because that's basically what I do. Everything seems to be working correctly. This is already round 3 of 5, so more than likely. Somebody did something stupid and someone got mad at somebody and they decided they weren't going to play anymore, and that's where I come in. I don't really like this wand either. This wand's kind of like a shotgun. It's not very good for fantasy creatures. They broke through my walls! I guess it's fitting that they all look like dinosaurs. I don't really know. Yeah, the good guys are basically humans, and the bad guys are basically orcs. And I don't know why it's like that in this game. You would think that they could do something with it. So, I'll back these up a bit. I don't want to do this right now. Can I go back to actually playing the game and adjust my stats later? Maybe? Please? Like I said, it doesn't really seem to matter where your stats go or what they do. You know, I'm sure if I, could read about things and could actually understand it, let me see, where is this hero forge? They've got... This pass seems particularly important for some reason. So the match is pretty much almost done at this point. We'll see a boss in a few minutes. I guess it needs to recharge. Some of these... There. Some of these things actually look pretty darn cool when you set them up. Other than that, though, they don't really seem to do all that much. It seems like you're picking up a lot of money and a lot of mana. That's what it's called, by the way, mana. The blue mana is your abilities mana, like throwing tornadoes. Oh look, a guy came up at the very last second. Like, the blue mana is used to do personal abilities, like throw tornadoes. The green mana is used to build stuff. You can't actually build anything right away because, well, there are 4 chests around the world in the beginning of the match. 9 times out of 10, though, the first person who was on the map stole all the mana because the game itself didn't think far enough ahead in order to say, hey, there's going to be 4 people on this map. We might as well split up the mana between all 4 of them. Nope. If there's 1 person on the map, they get all 400 points of mana to start off with. we're taking a terrible beating right here because of the kamikaze bomb. Yeah, stuff like that happens. Like a lot. Now, where... There. This is the last round, of course, so it's not really going to matter, but might as well put one there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel as though I may have gone slightly over time with this, and it sounds really awkward, and I'm sorry about that. It's just that there's only so many points in time where you actually get to sit and think about what you're doing, and for a game that revolves around strategy, you need to be able to sit and think. And sometimes you just can't. Like that, these two here, the pluses, or the crosses, you would think that would mean health, but it doesn't. That's attack power. The symbols are just really backwards. The stats themselves seem to be completely misplaced. I mean, it's a game. I do like to play it. It's not a bad thing. It's just I don't get it, you know? And on level 20, I have access to the last of my towers. Look, all I'm saying is this is a nice game, but it's mostly for kids. Even though it could be, you know, really in-depth strategy, it's not. Don't worry about thinking about it too hard. Just play it, and you should be okay. But otherwise, you might want to avoid it. I guess that's everything for now, and hopefully I didn't come across as too bad of anything. I guess I'll see you later.